And the Ballers win! Helena is no longer undefeated!
I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
Barons win! Barons win!
Cody Jansen stopped 92 out of 95 shots, including a penalty shot in overtime. Somehow he still only wound up the third star of the game.
You like that?
Jansen has a heart.
You're smoking crack!
Alrighty, it's World Hockey Report Game Day. Cody Jansen with you. We are presented by Lordco Auto Parts, of course, the official auto parts retailer of Hockey Canada and Team Canada since 1974. They're your go-to auto parts supplier. We're going to preview Canada, Austria. These teams have only met once at the World Juniors. It was back in the 80s. It was an 11-1 thrashing. Think it's going to be the same today? Well, they're favored by 9.5 goals. It's an absolute tear that Canada could go on here. They've got the potential. We'll break it all down for you. We got the Lions coming up. We got Adam coming up. And we got the contest, which we will get to right now. You want to win yourself a pair of gloves? It's pretty simple to do. I got them right in front of me here. You can see them. These things are unreal. They're Watson gloves. They're high-quality gloves. And all you got to do, hop in the comment section right now. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, hop in the comment section right now and let me know who do you think scores the first goal for Canada. They're going to score the first goal of the game. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. But I want to know, who do you think is going to score the first goal? Let us know right now on YouTube or Facebook as we snap it over to Adam Trout. And I mean, I guess I can get your general thoughts on this game. I think it's kind of a gimme at this point that Canada should win and will win. But what are you looking forward to watching?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a hot take to say that Canada's going to win. I think this game's more so about figuring out your line combinations and that type of stuff and just kind of where everyone fits. I mean, there wasn't a lot going well in that first game, I don't think. I mean, the Johnson McTavish pairing is clearly one to stay, but outside of that, I thought Jake Neighbors and Ridley Gregg had some good chemistry, and then, you know, Will Cooley and Desnoyers, they had good fourth line chemistry, but there's kind of a hole on every line. And, you know, looking at the first line with Shane Wright and I don't even know who's on it anymore, but the Shane Wright line anyways, I think that they've got to be a lot better, and they've kind of got to get going a lot. So the Wright Perfetti line, definitely. Maverick Bourque seems to be getting a lot of love from the coaching staff. I mean, to me, he's just kind of been a guy on the team, but it'll be interesting to see, can Dylan Gunther, Connor Bedard, Logan Stankoven kind of all jump in and grab spots today.
So today on the lines, and you kind of alluded to it, the Maverick Bourque love, he's going to be centering Perfetti and Shane Wright here. So Wright moves to the wing. I don't know how impressed you've been with him, and of course I'm seeing people jump in the comments now. Hey, let us know, first goal scorer Canada. You can win yourself a sweet set of Watson gloves. Unreal, high quality stuff. Watson gloves. Just got to know who scores first for Team Canada. You know, Shane Wright moves over to the wing. Is it safe to say you haven't been impressed by him? Because he hasn't done anything in the pre-tournament games or the opening game that have made me say, wow, Shane Wright, number one, generational player. Am I being too harsh, or is that real?
No, I think that's pretty accurate. I mean, when watching him play, he blends in which is, I mean, fine if you're a 17-year-old who's just playing a role, but for him, he's the first overall player. He wasn't really lighting up the OHL. I know it's got better for him the last month, but watching him play, I think he has a really good shot. I haven't seen him use it yet. He's not the fastest guy. I think he thinks the game well, but in today's game, I mean, he's lacking the creativity, and you look across the board, Brad Lambert, Logan Cooley, Juraj Slafkovsky of Slovakia, they're all kind of sticking out in the games you're watching. So I think going forward, Shane Wright has to be a bit more of a player. And, you know, right now in the draft, it was supposed to be Brad Lambert, but his really slow start in Finland and his poor under 18s in the summer has really kind of pushed him back a bit. But maybe he can challenge. I don't really know who's second right now in the draft. It just seems like it's Shane Wright's to lose, and right now he might be losing it.
Well, Logan Cooley's draft eligible as well. And I know we're both pretty high on him. But one guy I want to ask about, he's getting the promotion to play with Kent Johnson and Mason McTavish on that second line, is Logan Stankoven. I believe it's Stankoven. Stankoven, whatever it is. He's a Kamloops kid. He plays for the Blazers. You would have seen him more than I have. What's your thoughts on him? And we're going to get to some pregame comments of his as well in about a minute's time. But Adam, I want to know, give me the breakdown on him. What can we expect? 'Cause he's playing with two pretty damn good players.
Yeah, I mean, I think pretty electric player. He's been a high points guy in the Western Hockey League, which, I mean, all these guys are wherever they play, they're points guys. But I think with him, sure, he's 5'8", 5'9", but he plays with some sort of a bite and some sort of a energy to his game that you don't see a lot of. I don't want to compare him to Gallagher, but maybe a more offensive Gallagher where, he doesn't have any fear going in the corners. He's not your typical 5'8" perimeter guy. You can play him with good players like Johnson and McTavish, and I'm happy to see him get that opportunity. So I think he could be kind of a puck retrieval guy for those guys. And, because Johnson, I don't think is the main forechecker, but Stankoven, he's hard on the forecheck and he can put up points. So good opportunity for him.
Terry is in the comments, says, how do I win the gloves? Well, Terry, it's simple. Let us know. Who do you think scores first for Canada? Just give us a player. I don't care. You can do last name only. We're not even going to be picky. Just let us know. If you get it right, we'll send you out a pair of gloves. Shout out Owen Power with the hat trick last game against Czechia. He was an absolute stud. Speaking of Stankoven, though, he talked to the media earlier. We got some comments from him. Have a listen.
Yeah, I think I'm just really thankful to be put in the lineup. There's so many good players on this team, and I've been waiting for this opportunity, and I want to make the most of it. So I think I'm just really excited to, step on the ice with the team. And obviously, I didn't get to play in the exhibition game or the first opening game against the Czechs there, but tonight should be a good one. So just got to prepare myself and be ready to go. I think just not, underestimating, how good the Austrians are. They got some sneaky players that are good, and I think we're gonna have to watch out for them. And there's been many upsets over the years throughout the tournament, so we got to be ready to go and can't take them lightly. For me, I feel ready to go and fresh, so my legs will be, ready to go, and I'm just, super excited.
Logan Stankoven right there, talking about getting in his first World Junior game. Another Western League guy we got to talk about, Adam Dylan Guenther. He's going to be playing with Elliot Desnoyers. I forgot how they say it in French. And then Will Coyle.
No, he's with, isn't he with Neighbors and Greg as per Jason Greger?
Oh, per Hockey Canada lineup that they sent out. Okay, unless something's changed. I got him with Coyle and Desnoyers.
Maybe Jason's wrong.
Maybe.
Jason's wrong.
Jason's doing the radio broadcast. Hockey Canada tweeted that out. But still, nonetheless, I think that putting him in a role with those guys isn't where you're going to get the most benefit from a Connor Bedard. He's a power play player. He's a skill player. So why try bury that on guys who you want to be in a shutdown role? Connor Bedard's not a guy you're putting out there on the penalty kill per se. So it's kind of interesting that that's how Dave Cameron chooses to use him.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said Dylan Guenther, and I was like, well, no, Gunther's with Neighbors and Greg. But yeah. On Bedard, yeah, I don't get it, and I said it literally the last show or the last two shows where I'm like, okay, he's 13th forward or whatever, but when he does play, he's on the top two lines, and that's where he should be. He's not a checker. He's not going to go in there with Will Cooley and hit guys and stuff like that. So. Yeah, interesting move. I do wonder how long that lasts, because last game, if you look at it, he didn't play a shift until like the 10-minute mark or something like that, and then they went down a couple of goals, and sure enough, he got out there and they scored right away and he had an assist. So, I mean, there's definitely some things in his game where you can tell he's 16. He had a pretty brutal turnover at the end of the one power play in the second period last game, but at the same time, the good or whatever the word is, highly outweighs the bad with Bedard, and his creativity and skill. I think you're going to live with a mistake now and then, just like you're doing with Kent Johnson. He didn't have the best game, I didn't think, in the first game, but it's skill and creativity that can give you the goals that he can give you, and Bedard would definitely be the same way. I just don't understand what Maverick Bourque is going to give over him.
Let us know where you're watching from. It's Cody Jansen, Adam Ermintrout with you, World Hockey Report. We are getting you set for Canada, Austria. Let us know where you're watching from anytime. Connect on social media at World Hockey RPT. We're giving away a set of gloves again. Watson gloves. Thanks to Lord Co. Auto Parts, our Hockey Canada edition. You're not buying these in stores anywhere. You just got to let us know who scores the first goal of the game for Canada, thanks to Lord Co. Auto Parts. Adam, let's talk about the goaltending. Dylan Garand, rough start for him against Czechia. But they go with Brent Brochu now. And his story's crazy. I tweeted it out. I mean, in 2019, the kid's playing Junior C in Ontario. Now he's starting World Junior games for Canada. He's seemingly hopped from that third goaltender position into, he's getting a start now, obviously. I wouldn't call him Team Canada's starter. But what do you think has changed? Have you heard anything? I've heard some rumblings. It might be attitude related why one's not going and maybe be sitting upstairs versus the others. Have you heard anything? Have you seen anything that's like, yeah, they should be going to Brochu now?
If we're talking history, yeah, you've definitely. I think I know who you're talking about, the one who's sitting upstairs. But yeah, I mean, with Brochu, I'm not sure. You said he jumped his way up to the starting job. I'm not so sure he did jump his way up to the starting job. I think.
Did he even play against the U Sports though? I didn't think.
Yeah, he did. They were rotating.
Oh, okay. I thought I read something where he didn't get a pre-tournament game. That's what happens when you trust Twitter for research.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I just don't think the other guys have played well. I mean, Kosa wasn't good at all in the first game, or I guess the pre-tournament half that he played, and Garand maybe, the first goal, no chance. The second goal, I didn't like the power play goal, the Novak one-timer. It seemed like a pretty standard slide across, and he just didn't. And then, the other one, you go down a little early, the guy makes a nice play and roops it. Canada was so bad in that first period, I didn't really think they'd look into it, but it's not like Garand made a couple saves where, it was like, oh God, but then again, you look, how many shots is Brochu going to get tonight? 9? It's kind of one of those.
What would you set the over-under on for shots tonight for Austria?
I'll go 11.5.
That's fair. I you probably got to take the under on that, eh? I was thinking 10.
We got 6 the 1 year, I remember.
Against
two, but
probably Kazakhstan.
It was I think it's maybe Belarus or something.
Do you remember 2009 when they just beat the brakes off of Kazakhstan 15-1?
Well, in Saskatoon here at the SaskTel Center against Latvia, opening game 16-0. I was like,
that's
what?
Awesome.
You want to know? I know we get into this every year, and I'm sure we'll get into it on Twitter.
We're not talking about shortening the tournament or less teams.
No, not less teams. Make an all-star team of the bottom 4 teams or whatever. You know what I mean? Where you have your top 8, but then your other 4, you make an all-star team out of the other countries.
Yeah, but what do you do about the lower tournaments then?
Well, that's the whole thing, I guess, right?
I don't hate the idea, but again, there's so many flaws in the IIHF to begin with. Alrighty, well, Canada, Austria, that's tonight. Let us know the first goal scorer. Join the conversation right now on 12 Ounce Sports, Facebook, YouTube. Let us know you get a chance to win a set of Watson gloves. These things are unbelievable. With Austria, they're not even starting Ranishevitz. They lose 7-1 against Finland. Is there anything? There's no Marco Rossi on this team. They don't have anything going for them, to be frank. Am I harsh in saying that? Ranishevitz got cut in major juniors. He's playing in the Alps right now, and he's going to be on the bench. So they're going with their backup against Canada. This is kind of why watch?
Yeah, the only player notable in Austria is Marco Kasper. He's their captain, underager. Will probably be a mid to late first rounder in the draft this year. It's kind of weird though now, Austria comes here, and we've seen in the past with where Switzerland and Belarus is, they kind of punt on these Canada games, it seems like, where they're not starting their starter, they're not going to run anybody into the ground. I think these teams are really saving themselves for their lower end matchups to try to get that quarterfinal game and avoid relegation. That's what seems to be the game plan going in, doesn't it?
I would say that's a fair assessment. Think about Germany, where they didn't even start Bugle in their starting goalie. They didn't even start him in that first game. They play him against the Czechs and they win. So clearly that strategy works of saying, hey, maybe we don't burn out our guys And I forget who was Germany even playing in their first game.
Finland. It was Finland.
Finland. Yeah, okay, yeah, they played Finland. Yeah, so like they're kind of like, hey, let's just not even burn them out. Let's just take that one off, essentially, get them ready for the game against the Czechs, which they had a chance to win, and they did end up winning it. I think it's kind of a smart move, to be frank. Like, no point in getting run over by Justin Serta if he is suspended for a game. But again, like, you know what I'm saying is, why get crushed in a game that you have no chance at winning?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really no, I agree with it, right? Like, it's like, okay, if we play our backup, we're gonna lose 10-1. If we play our starter, maybe we lose 7-1 or 7-2. Like, it's
Exactly.
So a substantial loss, right?
So, okay, rapid fire here. I know you got to get out of here, but let's talk about that sort of hit. Clean, dirty. I think we've kind of agreed that it's obviously a dirty hit. I don't think it's as bad as people are making it out to be. Like, one game's fair. He got him a little late. He got him a little high, but it wasn't like he tried to end the guy's career.
No, I mean, I think I was kind of surprised at the time. I thought it definitely could have been a 5 at the time if the guy stayed down a bit longer. And
That hit in the Sweden-Slovakia game was 3 times as bad.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's kind of the result. The guy wasn't really that hurt. It was a dirty hit. Yeah, IHF really cracks down on this stuff. So a game's probably fair. Yeah.
Okay, Team USA, they got a forfeit today against Switzerland. 1 goalie, 1 forward have tested positive. They got to have 2 negative tests each before they can come out of quarantine and have a chance to play Sweden tomorrow. I don't exactly understand the rules here, but are you nervous that USA could get shut down for the rest of the tournament?
There's definitely concern now. Just, I mean, the players are asymptomatic and in the room, but that's obviously a conversation for another day. But
you want to fit that in 20 seconds?
Yeah, no. There's definitely concern. I mean, you have 1 test, and I literally saw it over my Christmas. 1 positive test leads to 5, right? So, I mean, it's really hard to see when it ends. But hopefully, they were doing all the masking and all that stuff. But yeah, it's definitely concerning. And I have Drew Commesso in my 1 draft, so there you go.
Who does World Junior drafts?
One of my buddies, like, it's like one of those bracket ones where they pick 2 players from this group of 8, and then these, like, you know, that type of thing.
Interesting. Were you surprised that Russia benched Yaroslav Askarov in their games here?
No, he hasn't played good for the 2 games that he was in. I mean, in fact, he was pretty bad, I'd say, in both those games. And this goes back a couple of years. Like, when has he ever played well at the World Juniors? And he hasn't. And they switched it up, and it's not like the other guy really stole the game. It wasn't really that tough of a task in Switzerland, who was missing their captain. But yeah, I mean, not really surprising. This tournament's funny because if you throw all the draft status and agent pushing and all this stuff out, you'd be amazed at like what type of players are actually playing, right? Like, there's a reason Braden Point was a 3rd-round pick and he ended up being your captain, right?
Oh, there's definitely a lot that goes on behind the scenes. That's for sure. Okay, last one for you. Tomorrow's your hot take game. You say Slovakia is going to upset Russia. Are you sticking with that, or are you going to back out now?
I think so. I mean, Slovakia put up 48 shots against Sweden, and I mean, Jesper.
Yeah, but they're
Wallstedt
shooting
really
them. They're fadeaways from the blue line. They're just throwing muffins on net.
Something has to. I don't want to say change in Slovakia, but they look really good and they carry every game. They just can't score, and I'm starting to think that it's not like they can't score. It's just that they're just shooting to shoot. I think at this point.
Yeah, I think they're a little soft to go, to say the least. There. All right, prediction for Canada Austria tonight, Adam.
Let's go 10-1. Austria covers.
Austria covers. That's the bet of the night right there. I think it was like -110. Who gets the first goal, Adam?
Ooh, let's go with. I'll go Dylan Gunther.
Did you call him Dalen?
What's that?
Did you call him Dalen?
No, Dylan Gunther.
Okay, I thought we had a good one there. All right, that's Adam Urban Trout joining us on World Hockey Report pregame. We will connect with him before the next Hockey Canada game. I'll take a quick commercial break here. When we come back, we'll finish up the contest, wrap things up, and get you set. Canada, Austria, 10 minutes time right here, World Hockey Report.
Follow Team Canada with Sports Travel Tours in their bid to win back-to-back World Championships. Canada will play all their games in beautiful Helsinki, Finland, and will face Switzerland, Germany, and Russia. Sports Travel Tour packages includes a fantastic hotel, all transfers, amazing game tickets, a tour host, as well as a pre-game party. Check out the official World Championship packages at sportstraveltours.com.
Football fans, I'm sure we all love an action-packed, high-scoring NFL game, but with the latest no-brainer from DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, you'll be a winner once a single point scored. New customers who bet just $1 on any NFL team to score can win $100 in free bets. It's that simple. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code THPN. Bet $1 on any team to score and win $100 in free bets if they score. You can score with promo code THPN this week at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 years or older. New Jersey, Indiana, Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit, $1 wager required. One per customer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Let's go back.
It's Canada-Austria. Cody Jansen here. World Hockey Report presented by Lordco Auto Parts. Find a store near you today at lordco.com. They're open 7 days a week. New store, Calgary Trail Northwest here in Edmonton. It's beautiful. And, of course, they got an in-store truck center, latest truck accessories, and high-performance parts. You got to go check them out today, Lordco Auto Parts. They are the official auto parts retailer of Hockey Canada and Team Canada. It's World Hockey Report. Cody Jansen with you. Follow us on Twitter at World Hockey RNPT. We got the question out. Let us know who scores the first goal for Team Canada. Just that. That's all you got to do. Get in the comments right now. Facebook, Twitter. Maybe if you tag us on Twitter, we'll let you know as well. YouTube as well. That's where you get your comments on screen. Canada, Austria. I got a couple of notes for you. These teams have met once at the World Junior. Seems kind of crazy. You'd think Austria, maybe they've met more than once. Nope. Back December 30th, 1980. The Canadians, they led 1-0 after the first period, 5-0 after 40 minutes of play, and then they put a 6th spot up in the final period, 1-11-1. The late Dale Hawerchuk, he led the way with 2 goals and an assist. Canada, they were represented by the Memorial Cup champions in the final year before the Program of Excellence. That was the Cornwall Royals. There you go. That's a fun fact for you right there. Canada, their last game against Czechia, well, you know how it turned out. 6-3 win. Owen Power with the hat trick. Garand was in goal. McTavish had a goal and an assist. Cole Perfetti had 3 helpers. For the Austrians, they got 41 saves, from Sebastian Ranischetz and a power play goal for Martin Urbanek, but dropped a 7-1 decision to Finland. That was in their opener on Monday afternoon. Austria, only 9 shots on goal in the loss. So we kind of set the over-under at 11.5. I'd say 10 shots for Austria. Again, let us know what your thoughts are. It's Cody Jansen here. We're getting you set for the game. Else to note here, you don't have Sortif. He is suspended. So you've got Connor Bedard hopping up on that 4th line. You got Stan Koven. He'll be on the 2nd line. So a little bit of a different look up front. I know that you want to gel and get that chemistry. Adam says it's key. I don't know how big of a part that plays against a team like Austria. How much chemistry can you actually build when you're that much better? I'm not saying Austria sucks. And I'm not saying this is a write-off game, but what you're hoping if you're Canada is that you don't get into any bad habits. Is that you just play the right way, 60 minutes, 60 hard minutes, and get out of there on top. Maybe you cover the -9.5 and make a few people happy who placed a couple of shackles down on it. Use BetUS if you're going through 12-ounce sports. If DraftKings has odds in your state, use promo code THPN. Catch all of our interviews. You missed it? Craig Button, Chris Peters, Carl Alsner, Steve Mears, Voice the World Juniors on NHL Network. All of those are up on the Hockey Podcast Network. Go check those out today. Of course, the Americans in Switzerland, that game got postponed. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. If you want to get those out there, do so right now. Join the conversation on 12 Ounce Sports, Facebook, and YouTube. What's your thoughts on the American game being canceled and then being given a forfeit? 2 players with COVID, and they canceled it. They're both asymptomatic. 2 players out. They got COVID. That's fine. You got to quarantine. You got to follow local restrictions. But given the forfeit, and now their game against Sweden's up for grabs tomorrow, I don't know. Interested to hear your thoughts there as well. Speaking of Austria, though, I did kind of rip them earlier, said, hey, what are you really watching for? Well, this is an interesting one. They're able to bring back 16 skaters next year. Only one defenseman is ineligible to return next year. So they're going to bring back 16 skaters next year for the tournament in Omsk and Novosibirsk. So I guess they do have something to look forward to. They got 6 2004 born players in their lineup. The other 9 teams combined, they have 14. Pretty crazy. You got to think of like Logan Cooley, though. He is a 2004. He is a early, not late, I guess, birth year. But he's been phenomenal for the Americans. Would really suck to see their tournament get shut down. For Canada, though, I'm interested to see a couple of guys who I think need to have a better performance. And again, it's Austria, so take what you will of it. 3-4 points. That really shouldn't be knocking anyone's socks off. I want to see more from Kent Johnson. I want to see more from Shane Wright. I want to see a little bit more from Caden Gooley in this one. The physical play is awesome. I think Gooley can bring a little bit more to the lineup. And I'm interested to watch Brett Brochu between the pipes. Again, 2 years ago, this guy was kicking, playing Junior C in Ontario. What a story. You can't beat that. That's determination. That's what we love about the game. So, yes, I'm pretty fired up that Brett Brochu's getting a start. I do love that one. James Stewart comments, says, we want first line Bedard. Terry Owen says, put Wright and Bedard together. Ari says, Stankoven second line. Holy moly, let's go. I love it. I love how fired up Canada gets over it. They're playing Austria. It's an easy win, and people still love it. That's what makes the World Juniors the absolute best tournament of the year. Tomorrow, Canada, they will be in action as well. This time, they're going to play Germany, 5 o'clock local time right here in Edmonton. I hope we get USA, Sweden. That'll be a good one. Slovakia, Russia could be a good one as well. The Czechs are playing Switzerland. Some good hockey lined up over the next couple of days. We'll be at some of the games starting New Year's Eve, thanks to Lordco Auto Parts. We will have some of the best coverage at World Hockey RPT on Twitter. Of course, I just got to throw this out there because the My Y Tour did get canceled. That sucks for women's hockey. And I don't know why it's canceled again. Just postpone it. I know the Olympics are coming up, but you're going to tell me you can't set up something properly for them? That's the disappointing part. You know, instead of just canceling it, postpone it. I know they probably looked into other things, but again, you got to start supporting women's hockey at some point, and the entire hockey world, corporate world, can do a little bit more. I know you can. Hey, it's Cody Jansen. Prediction for Canada, Austria, first goal scorer. Let's go with Shane Wright. I think he's going to step up here. Maybe he gets him started off the opening face-off. Final score prediction, 10-0 Canada. I don't think Austria gets over 11.5 shots either. That's going to do it for me. For Adam Urbantrout, Jeff Backbang, the 12 Ounce Sports Studios, is Isha Jerome of the Hockey Podcast Network. Lord Auto Parts is our presenting sponsor. Sports Travel Tours, Pro Rock Broadcast Studios, everyone who helps put this on. Thank you. Enjoy the game. As always, be kind, be better.